Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video is all about making a snail. Now you would have watched by now Susanna's video where I made random comments in the background.
That's right.
Here she is. She's still here. Susanna filmed her video earlier this afternoon where she painted the little crate and she aired it on the Saturday, of which we are of course together for the week, mucking around in Queensland, Brisbane. Here comes Fudge. Hello, Fudge. And we're off to the antique fair on the Saturday. So Susanna didn't have a video pre-programmed, so she started her snail so that Sunday, when we have our play date with Tia from Calm Creations.
Hey, Tia.
Hey, Tia. We're ready to go with at least our idea, our concept, whatever that may be. So Susanna knew in advance what she wanted to do and actually bought some beautiful fabric with her. Oh, of course, Bandit has to join in too. What a menagerie. So Susanna got her fabric by Bitten by the Bug. So she's got a beautiful brown fabric for the base of the snail. These are her pieces that you would have seen in her video. Not sure what day you're seeing my video. Probably be earlier in the week, and probably Susanna might be home already. But anyway, we're together today. She's now having a little cry. You have to go home to your family. It's too good here. I need to start making it a bit rough and she'll leave.
That's it.
So what was I saying? Susanna's got some beautiful Japanese fabric for her snail base. I'll probably have a rummage through my French fabrics and maybe find something old there. So yet to do that. So we were not going to focus on that at the moment because it'll be the same as Susanna's. Trace it, stitch it, stuff it, just to make his little body. So I'm not going to do that. As you already know, it's come from Crafting Tilda Friends, and we're making the snail that features on page, hey Fudge, features on page 29. And of course you saw Susanna paint her little cart. I've got a cart kicking around here somewhere. Can't decide if I'm going to use it yet. Who knows? As I said, Tia's coming over to have a craft date with her, so she might decide to do a little crate so she can have mine. It will be used either way. And I was also thinking about, instead of putting mine on a piece of natural looking wood, I might actually go through my cupboard and see if I've got a cheese platter that I've never used, or even a piece of porcelain. I don't know. I've yet to think about that. Once I know the size of my snail and the look of him, I'll then decide on what I actually mount him on, and he can sit on my desk as a pin cushion with all these little pins in it. And I think, Susanna, you're thinking about doing the cushions, aren't you? You're going to do the cushions, or you did think about doing the butterfly.
Yeah.
Where's the butterfly on the page?
No, it's, is it a butterfly or is it a...
Yeah, it's a butterfly.
It looks more like a dragonfly.
Oh, could be.
Could be, but I think it is a butterfly.
So, and like this little guy here's just got buttons on it. So if you just wanted to keep it simple, say you were giving it to someone as a gift to make it, you know, quick and slick, especially if you're making a few snails, they've just used buttons to embellish him. Yeah. But the butterfly is gorgeous. Look at the little bit of raffia under his chin. Yeah, there's so much you can do. And the one that caught our eye was making a little wagon. Yeah. And then they put the cart behind on the piece of natural wood. I haven't had a chance to walk around the back of our block where I live. I've got some big old gum trees and they shed their bark. There may, hello Fudge, there may even be a piece of bark down there, but decisions for another day. What I wanted to do is sort of prep my piece a little bit, because tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, your tomorrow when you're probably, oh, who knows, it's too complicated. When Tia gets here, we're going to be working on snails. So I just thought if I could get my snail at least started, I can then stitch and be ready so that I'm not sort of leaving you guys behind. Now my thought, Susanna's doing the classic Tilda style where you a beautiful piece of fabric, cut it out, make it into the toy. I'm going to just sort of loosen it up a little bit, I think, and build a foundation of scrappy bits of fabric, sort of like probably, I don't know, even the duck. Where's the duck?
She's going to Corinify it.
We're going to Corinify it. The duck.
Yeah.
This guy, he's part of Leslie's range, Henrik the Hare, the duck. I made the base out of calico and then you stitch on the pieces. I sort of like that. Fudge. Susanna, talk to the cat.
Hey, Fudgy.
So I sort of like that sort of style, and I'd have the duck, I'd have the hare, and now a snail. So I'm sort of keeping a bit of a collection theme happening. So the plan is to trace my shape and then clad it with all of the bits and pieces of fabric that are literally rolling around my desk here. So I'm using the Susanna template, and she did it onto cardboard, which is genius. Yes, fudge.
You want some more? Okay.
She stopped tickling the back of his head, and as soon as she turned away,
He's like,
meow. Demanding little cat. So we need 2 pieces, and I'm thinking if I flip this, that would then give me the other side.
Yes, very clever.
Very clever. It's because I took a moment to actually think before I spoke. And now I've got a piece of fabric that I can stitch to my heart's content, because I'm going to do it before it goes together. Now, when I did that Henrik the Hare, Susanna did Henrik the Hare as well, and this is the style that she did to make him. I built him, stuffed him, and then decorated, where Susanna used the pieces like this and actually pieced him together, and it was
easier.
Much easier. Yeah. I think too, if you're having trouble holding a needle, when it's dimensional, it can be fudgy. It can be really tricky to stitch. So I thought that was a great idea of Susanna's. I hadn't even crossed my mind. So I'm actually going to do that. So let's get this piece of fabric with my snail. I think too, once I get this section done, I'll know what colour the base is going to be, because it could be anything. Like once I start piecing fabrics down, I'm thinking neutral, because I wouldn't mind doing a bit of embroidery on him. Like, you got to make the most of it, don't you? Why not add 12 hours of work to your project by coming up with some harebrained idea? What do you reckon, Susanna?
Yeah. Classy up the snail. Be the best looking snail in the neighbourhood.
Yep. So there's my base.
Okay.
Now, technically, I should go to the sewing machine and join them and stuff them. That's how the Tilda book would be. But we're going to do a Susanna trick here and decorate. Yep. So I've got my box of neutrals next, which is just bits, big bits, little bits, fudgy bits. Hey, Fudge?
Yeah.
Down deep we need to go. Let's just grab a few out. I'm sure there'll be some treasures in there. Some are old, some are new. There's a bit of linen. So Susanna pretty much told you what we've been up to in her video. I don't think we've thought of much more after she finished filming that we could have told you. Just running amok.
No, yeah. Friday was just doing sewing day and really recovering.
Yeah, yeah, recovering. We didn't shop all day. We just sort of went out for a few hours, like to midday, 1 o'clock, and then came home, and it was good.
Yeah.
We didn't overdo it.
Got to save some money for the antique market.
Yeah, I'm sure we're running amok there.
That's it.
We're planning a lamb roast tonight. I've got this beautiful little piece of lamb. You know where the bones stick out the end? They clean them all up. It's cutlets. What do they call that? A rack of lamb, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for years. It was a bit of a trend there for a while. But
Fudgy.
I haven't seen that style of... I'm wondering, I might try and get the curve of the shell. So do my pieces need to be pie-shaped? I don't know. Let's just place it down. Where's my pins? We might use those little pins.
Yeah, here.
I've got a second.
I'm
She's
using
hogging the pins,
them.
guys.
They're great.
She's sitting there stitching herself. And
Stitching the thing for the retreat. And
yes,
it's really good to use those little pins.
these little pins are pretty good. They do annoy me a little bit. I'm sure I've said that before on multiple videos. I might try and... I was thinking of just putting it anywhere, but I'm thinking I might follow the line of the shell. It's sort of, let's try and make it look like a snail.
Maybe do a crazy patchwork idea.
Well, that's another 20 hours of work.
And
okay,
do all the stitching on the
be
side.
quiet, Susanna. Let's try and keep this less complicated. I'm thinking along the lines of pie-shaped pieces that just lay in like that. Fudge likes it. That's what we're doing.
That's it.
It's really just to create an interesting background and to do it flat instead of doing it in the air like I did with Henrik and the duck. Now I like that frayed edge there, so let's leave that, but try and get that little subtle pie shape. Yeah. Oh, this is good. This will work.
Because you've got the template. Once you finish doing that, you just put the template back over the top.
And that'll
trace it again.
give me my shape again.
Yeah.
As long as I keep my stitches out of where I would be cutting. But at least we've got a bit of a guide.
That's it.
Love it. Love it. I won't go too coarse a fabric. Like I really love these fabrics. Oh, let's do it. Because I was thinking along the lines of embroidery. You're pulling through some unusual fabrics, but I'm going to do it. What the hang? And if I can get this at least placed, when Tia comes over for our play date, I'll have the base, and while the girls are mucking around laughing and carrying on, and myself, you know, rumoured to join in regularly.
Worse than the both of us.
I'll be ready to at least stitch, and because I'm the host too, I've got to get up and make. What are we going to feed Tia? I think I had thought of a hot chicken.
Yeah. Hot chicken and
some fresh rolls and a bit of salad.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So if you're watching this, Tia, I hope you like hot chicken, fresh rolls, and a little bit of salad. I'm thinking we'll dodge out Sunday morning and grab ourselves a hot chook. You know, keep it simple. We've got stitching to do.
That's it.
We might slip past a bakery and get some sweet treats from the local bakery. Haven't got time to be cooking.
No.
Yeah, that's looking good. See, we're definitely getting that shell. This is a bit of a ratty looking snail. He's been cruising through the garden just picking up bits and pieces and collecting shapes.
Bit of an old boy.
What'd you say?
Bit of an old boy.
He's an old boy. Oh, that to me doesn't look right. Where's all the nice linen from France? Here we go. I really need to tea dye some. It's very white. Mm-hmm. So I really need to pop some in and just have a bit of a mix.
Did you want some of these? Maybe some end bits?
I think I've already, yeah, well, give me that scrap. Look, I'm stealing scraps from her. Oh, I like that.
What about this? Is that too pink? I like the edge. And add a bit of that red.
That's going to make a red snail then. Do I want a red snail or do I want
that tiny little bit of red that I was going to pinch off you, but you didn't let me. That French bit.
She's been looking through my fabricy bits, girls. And I've been sitting there with weapons ready to smack her fingers.
That's it.
I've been pretty good. She's been pretty good, actually. She's refined. I can tell when she likes something. She gets like jittery. And she's like, ooh, a piece of that would be nice. Like, yeah, all right. Out come the scissors. Chop, chop.
Yeah, see, oh, that's nice.
But that's if I do a red snail.
But that's red and...
But I don't know if I want a red snail. I think I want a blue snail.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm thinking blue. I'm in the blue mood at the moment. Fudgy, please. Will someone feed the cat?
He's saying red. Red snail. Red snail. Red snail.
No, he's not. He's saying feed me. Why are you not feeding me?
I can feed him if you want. The chicken's in the fridge.
He's got chicken. He's got food in his plate. He's just being fudgy. I really like this fabric, but that red stripe seems a waste for me to trim it off. So you take that. But I'm going to go to my Japanese fabrics because I have scraps in there of that fabric. Use that in your piece. Sorry, guys. I've just walked away.
Hi. I'll just say hello.
Can you amuse them?
That's it. You recognise these fingers? Woohoo.
Yeah. Talk to the crowd for me.
That's it. Oh, actually, this is quite nice. This has got a bit of a pinkish tinge to it. That would work with that.
Yeah, I think I've got that one as well. In my little box of
Yeah, I do like
scraps from Bitten by the Bug. That's her business card. Gosh, we keep going back to these fabrics. They're so beautiful.
Oh, they are.
I picked up some threads from her as well. Wonderful. They are really reasonably priced, guys.
Yeah.
So I got a blue feel. What else have I got in
You've
here?
been doing blue all day. You need a different colour.
No, I'm in the blue mood. There, here we go. That's a couple fabrics. There's another bit.
I suppose it'll match your new place a lot better.
Yeah,
in that
I'm
colour.
thinking blue.
Yeah. She's feeling blue.
I'm feeling blue, but it's neutral at the moment. Maybe I'll change my mind. By the time Tia gets here on Sunday and I've walked around the antique market for the day, I may be on a whole different tangent, but...
She's making me get up at like 5:30
Yeah.
so we can leave by 6. Oh.
Well, this is how it is. We don't want to miss out on anything. So we're going to leave here dead on 6 o'clock. Fudgy, please. You're not going to be interrupted. 6 o'clock in the car and away. The gates open at the big showgrounds at Nambour at 7.
Oh, 7. Oh, that's why we're going so early.
So, and I think it'll take us about an hour and 20 minutes. So my theory is we get going and then we'll get a park close to the event because there's nothing worse than shopping up a storm and you've got to keep walking back to the car. And they could park us miles from...
And then we'll nab all the good bits.
Yeah, and then we'll be early.
Some for the rest of you guys.
So, yeah, if you're going to the same antique market and you're wondering why there's nothing left to buy, it's because we beat you there. Early bird gets the vintage fabrics.
That's it.
So that's what we're going to do because it gets hot too. What's today? Friday, 1st of spring, 1st of September. It is 27 degrees here in Brisbane.
Yeah, no, it's
What did
ridiculous.
your husband say?
13. And
13 degrees
talking
in
to him on the
Melbourne.
phone, he's going, yes, shut up.
Yeah, 13.
Don't want to know. I said, oh, it's just, yeah, we were thinking of maybe going for a dip too. Nah,
Yeah.
didn't end up doing that. Too busy stitching.
We're just surprised at the difference in temperature. We really felt it today. So if it's the same tomorrow, we'll be in and actually out, gone before it sort of heats up.
Yeah.
We'll be shopping up a storm and we'll be hot and sweaty as it is, let alone having... Gee, that's an old piece of fabric. Where did I get that from?
Guess a look. I'll have a look what temperature's going to be tomorrow.
She's checking to see what temperature is. Nambour is where it is.
We're 21 at the moment. Okay, Saturday, 23.
It's certainly amazing. The first day of spring, they turn on the temperature.
Yep.
It really...
Okay, 23, Saturday, we want to see 6 o'clock when she's getting me up.
Complaining not.
I think it's going to be 11 degrees. Yeah, I can handle that.
Yeah, it should be quite good.
Yeah.
What's the day, but what's it going to get to?
23.
23. Oh, that's heaps better than today, but still.
Well, if we get all the shopping done in the morning, we have the rest of the day.
I'd love to be back on the road and heading back to Brisbane 10-ish. And then we sort of finished. The heat of the day is coming on, and we're in the car coming home.
It's going to be like a never-ready bunny.
Yep. Schedules to be followed.
That's it.
I need some more fabric that's interesting. Give us a bit of that Japanese one. This dark one. That's not with the red stripe. I can't handle.
Yeah, cut up.
It's too pretty.
Have you got any of this colour?
I've got that.
Okay. That's nice. I think it'll be good contrast.
I'm pinching fabric
Fudgy.
now.
You're being really vocal.
It's a wonder Bandit's not
Hey?
joining into.
I'll pick him up, but he might scratch my eyes out. I don't know.
He's getting used to Susanna being here, but he's still, you know, cats, they sort of,
A bit standoffish.
they can take a bit to warm to people. And I just
I just
think
want
he's
mum.
tolerating
I want
the
mum.
attention
Yep,
from the
that's
strange lady.
it. That's it.
So all I'm doing is just making sure that I'm covering those black lines. It is a bit tight there, but it's pretty good.
I like that. It's a real snail effect
Yeah,
going round.
I think that will work. We just need one more piece. I haven't pinned any of it yet. Just gives me a bit of wriggle
You've used
room.
up all your favourite piece, haven't you? On the duck. That last awesome piece.
Yeah, I wonder. Let me dig a little deeper in the pot of neutrals. Here's something. That's a nice one. Let's get rid of that one. That's from a table runner from Brisbane. This is from Italy. Hello, Rachel. Let's get this little piece in here. I like the colour a little bit better too. It's not such a... That will work. That will work. All right. Yeah, that's better. You've got to have all your favourite fabrics. If you're going to be looking at a pin cushion, I've got an awful lot of pin cushions lately. But it's amazing how you use them.
Mm.
They're handy.
Especially when they're this cute.
Oh, here's another treasure.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's slide
Still got
that.
another side to do. Are you just going to duplicate?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think so. It'll...
Yeah, Fudgy thinks so.
Fudge agrees. Yeah, just...
He's very vocal today.
Yeah, he's a bit
Yeah.
yappy, isn't he?
Couldn't have timed it better.
She gets to meet the famous Fudge, Bandit and Pepper.
Yeah. Oh, they're cute. Bandit's just adorable. He's really cute. I mean, Pepper's beautiful, but Bandit...
He's just got the face.
Yeah, he does. He's beautiful.
He just looks like a big dopey puppy at the moment.
Yeah.
Still growing. Now I need one more piece around the bottom edge there. Maybe I can slide that little one in there. Oh, it doesn't quite.
Use the back of something.
I think I can do better than that. That's just normal old.
Yeah.
Normal old fabric. Fudgy.
I'm going to use it with gold.
There'll be something here. I just haven't rummaged deep. Where'd you find?
Not like that.
Oh, that's from the old quilting days. No, it's a different colour.
That's going to go on one of my houses. I like that.
She's busy working on her panel that she's going to release. She's busy working.
Got the giggles now.
She's busy. That's been the whole week, goosing around. She's busy working on one of the panels that she's releasing at her retreat. Gee, how many seats you got left now for your retreat? Can't believe how quickly they've sold. That's
5.
fantastic. 5 seats left. Have you checked email recently? It might only be 4.
Oh, that's it.
No, it's been so exciting. It's congratulations, Susanna. You've done well to pull it all together. And yes, Fudge, we know you think it's great too.
Oh, it helps that, you know, you got a helper coming from Queensland.
It helps too that you're in a beautiful part of Australia.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm going. because I get to see Ballarat.
Well, at least it's not too freezing in March.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. I've studied all about Ballarat when you're a kid at school in Australia, so you very much understand the times down there and the gold rush and all of that. It's a very historical part of Australia as the country was finding its feet. A lot of immigrants came in. There's just great stories have come out of there. So it'll be lovely to actually put a face to the place. Does that make sense? Look at that. I've just looked up at my TV screen to see what you guys are seeing.
That looks pretty good.
That looks really good. So what I do
I like that.
is we eventually come back to the template and trim it back. But in the meantime, I can slow stitch this is to my heart's content. So there'll be some that'll be outlined, some will be, you know, overcast stitch, seed stitch, and then I think I will dig out my favouriteest book, Jennifer. Where is that book? You've got it handy on the table, or did I pack it up? We've got books everywhere, and
Yeah,
there it is. So if you've joined our channels and you haven't seen Jennifer Coulston, her book is amazing, and I'm thinking my snail will be embellished with a few little, you know, little florally. There's some here I haven't explored yet.
Little morsels.
Little morsels of embroidery. That's where I'm not sure about the colour scheme yet. So I'm just going to keep him neutral.
Yeah, that way.
And maybe the colour comes into the stitching. Yeah. But at the moment, it is all about getting the background done. Now, where's my needle? Cotton, good old favourite cotton. So DMC, just the cream. That's a number 12. It's a bit fine. I think we might slip up to the number 8. See, Dusty, look at the pinks on him. So maybe I do pinks and greens. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yep, plenty of options. Okay.
That's what I was going to do. Yes.
She's stitching. She's getting excited. A little piece of fabric she's just picked up. Out of my stash, might I add.
That's it.
She's been fist down into my box of fabrics from probably the 90s when we were doing country style toned quilts, and it's...
But how good does that look?
It does look good. Sorry guys, you can't see because it's secret.
That's it. You have to wait.
You'll have to wait till March next year when she releases her panel. Where's the panel spare? Let's have a quick look at the panel.
Here it is.
Pass us the panel. See, we're getting sidetracked. Look at this. Clever chook. Look.
Well, they can have a quick squizzy. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, I'm being...
Do you want to show them what you've done so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, come. Look, I'm going to hop out of the driver's seat. Or are you happy for me to show?
Yeah, you can show.
Look what she's done. She's doing a sampler. She has shown the start of this on her channel because she told us how she got the aged fabric look. See, that's what it comes like. Straight from the manufacturer, just printed. And then, how did you do it?
Just Parisian essence.
To get the base colour.
Yeah, or coffee.
Or coffee, yep.
And then I just did ink tents. I know, what are they called? They shaker things. Oh.
So that just puts little sprinkles of aged look through it.
It's ink.
And what colour was it? It's got a blue tone, but was it actually blue?
I did a bit of brown, but then I did grey. But that's what I mean. They've got colours in them. It's an English product. I can't think of it right now. Sorry. Yep. I did mention it.
Where did you buy it?
Online.
Online.
Amazon, I think.
Okay. There's heaps of inks you could use out there, and watercolours, and so it's looking so good. And she's piecing in pieces of fabric, building up the collage.
Yeah, but this looks good. I'll show you. Hang on a minute. This is going to be...
And she's trimming a piece of fabric that I think is going to be the roof of this little house.
It just looks good.
From my stash that she's been rummaging through for days.
That's it.
It's looking really cute. It's a soft pinky colour. There we go. There's a little roof
Isn't that cute? I think that looks really good.
Yeah, that suits. It matches. And that's that little roof there.
Yeah.
Very clever. So there's so much work to do because she's aiming to have a few different versions done by March. And she's given me a panel, so I've got a few ideas floating around in my brain.
Hers
so
looks amazing.
I've
I won't
been
show you hers.
playing a little bit.
It looks really good.
So Susanna's doing all this embroidery. So this piece is based on a little girl back in the 1900s that was learning to stitch a sampler. Isn't that the book where you got the inspiration from? She's got the book. And she showed this on a channel. But if you don't know about Susanna's channel, Vintage Blend Studios, go over here. This is it.
The both of them, and that's where I got that idea.
This is a very old sampler. And she was reviewing this book that she bought from Can Do Books, an online shop here in Australia. And she was on the channel. It was funny. It was like a light bulb came on. She's flicking through, just showing everyone this gorgeous book of these vintage pieces. Saw the sampler.
With the house.
With the house, and bingo, she was off on a tangent. So she is trying to create here the feeling that a young girl has stitched it. We were joking in the car, I think yesterday, saying we need to write the name of the little girl like year 9. And it's like you've rummaged through the antique market somewhere and you've found a sampler that this little girl has made. So it's been a lot of fun. It's evolving. She's done a lot of work since she's been here. And all this down here was inspired by the beautiful Jennifer and her book. See that flower there?
Mine's a bit bigger.
We bought some dyed, here it is. We went to All Threads. This is her little box of tricks that she's stitching from. Geez, how did we get onto this?
The bloomin' snail.
The bloomin' snail. We went to All Threads at Holland Park, specialising in all things to do with threads and fabrics and books. And she picked up some colour streams. Look at that. Hand-dyed, made here in Queensland. And did some beautiful little stitches in here. Oh, and then built up.
Here they got the gold, that beautiful DMC thread that you recommended.
Yeah, this here.
Beautiful. I've only just got it there.
Just puts that little sparkle through. It's a DMC thread. It's one of the best around to stitch with if you want a little metallic fleck. Yeah. So that's what Susanna's doing. She's sitting beside me here at my desk, stitching away. I'll just hand that back to you, that little pink piece.
Thank you.
But this is the original panel. Now my piece that I'm doing for her, I won't tell you too much yet because I'm still knuckling it out. I'm not dyeing the fabric. I'm using what Susanna chose as the base and then going from there. So much fun. So much fun. So there you go. We've just
killed it, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I like gone off on a tangent. Now, what was I doing? Had I thread a needle?
I don't know.
And where's the needle gone?
Oh. Is it attached to you? No. Is this it?
Did it get caught up in that fabric? So this is what happens. There it is. Look at that. This is why I lose needles. Oh.
She lost another one down the couch.
Yeah.
Was it last night?
Night before last, I'm stitching. And it flicked. And I went, oh, it's gone. And she's behind me in the next couch. We've sort of got a couple that sort of sit. There's a very narrow room and they sort of sit behind each other a little bit. And I'm giggling away. And so the needle's just gone down the couch.
You only got it that afternoon, didn't you?
Yeah, it was gone.
Lucky it was a couple of hours old. Oh, well.
I can't get it out because the bottom of the couch is sealed. So, yes, and I often refer to it on camera. So, she saw it in action. Now, I might just do an overcast stitch here. So I'm just going to work my way around this background. Now I need to stay away from the black line of the template and just sneak up to it. Is that a good statement to make, Susanna? Or would you stitch past it and then this would just disappear into the seam that becomes?
Yeah, just stitch randomly because once you put the thing over the top, it doesn't really matter. You'll probably end up cutting some off anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, once it's stitched down, it will hold down any end bits
that are loose.
Yeah.
So keep going with the line right up and over the edge. Yeah. It's a good idea, I think, if you want to do something patchy without manhandling the item to try and, you know, because, oh gosh, that Henrik hair, I had him sitting between my knees.
I'm still not over the trauma.
Susanna, it was funny. She I think I told you about it on the video where she picture her with her foot on the throat of the rabbit trying to get the angle right to stitch him. It was just hilarious.
Oh, he's big. He's just big.
He's beautiful. Very clever, Leslie.
Yeah. Your
patterns. She's got such a range.
Oh, yeah. If I do it again, I'll make it smaller.
Yes, Fudge. So I've just done a little line of stitching up there. So let's come back and pick up another one. This is a lot easier. And I might just do a little running stitch. I need a thimble. This is really heavy duty fabric. So before I know it, I am going to have a needle reversing. She even used my thimble.
Yep.
Seriously?
Oh,
liberties.
Not to bring anything.
Taking liberties.
That's it. She wasn't using it.
Come in and she's wearing the little pink thimble. I tell you, it's all
These
good.
Victorians.
These
terrible.
Victorians. Yeah, it's time to go home, Victorian.
That's it.
All right, let's see. Where's my little line? There it is there. I don't want to go past too much because if I ever trim it, I would cut my embroidery. So I'm going to just sneak right up to the line, I think. Play it safe. Yep, that's good. There we go. Here's Bandit now.
Oh, he just spotted me.
He's looking in. Hey, Bandit.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, that's looking good. Just stop right at the line. So that's, I guess, the start of my snail. So if you guys want to join us, it'll be a case of tracking down the Tilda pattern in that book, or I'm sure if you just went to Etsy and put in snail pattern, you might pick it up for a couple dollars somewhere.
And I'm sure some of you are clever enough to go, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're a clever chook.
Yeah.
Fudge, for goodness sakes. It's time to cook dinner, and he's like,
feed me, Mum.
Feed me. What time is it? Here in Australia, it's probably getting close to getting that lamb roast on.
Yeah.
Yep, 5:30.
Feed me.
So soon Susanna will be going, meow, feed me.
That's it, bit rough. Have dinner late over here in Queensland.
We eat late. Keep working, keep stitching.
That's it.
I'll just do this last little row.
Oh, he's really going, isn't he?
Now Fudge is under the table. Yeah. He does have food in his bowl already. I'd say he wants us to move to the lounge room so he can hop on a lap.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on.
Oh,
no one wants to hear you, Fudge.
Really going at it.
I get the odd comment that you guys are sitting there watching the video and Fudge meows and your pussycat sits up and sort of takes notice. So I'd love to know what Fudge is actually saying. And does a cat on the other side of the planet actually understand the Fudge's frustrations?
It's a hard life, isn't it, Puss? Hey? You when Mum doesn't feed you? Oh, terrible.
You've got food in your bowl, pussy. All right, let's have a little look. And I guess too at this stage, to make it interesting, you could weave in some laces, you know, pop a few.
Underneath, I would. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do we have some laces?
It wouldn't be a Corrine project without some lace.
What have we got in our box of tricks here? There's some little bits could poke in. There's a little bit off of a handkerchief. Let's slide a bit of that in somewhere, hey? Before we stitch down too much. Yeah, there. That'll fit.
Better stick that.
I'll lift that pin. There we go. Well, I'm pleased I managed to get this film because now when Tia comes I can just get into it, work on the homework, and you guys are at least up to speed.
It's like a little gingerbread house.
So let's just trim that out of there. And we've just worked in a little line of lace. I know it looks a bit piggledy at the moment, but I think once we get the shell of the snail back into position, we'll have all this gorgeous fabric ready to go. I might even redraw. Actually, yeah. What's stopping us redrawing that? Now that I've got the layer, why am I peeking underneath? Where all I've got to do is this. And I've transferred my snail now to where I can actually see him. Oh, genius. Get that out of the way.
Is that too dark?
No, I like that. She's sizing up more fabric out of my stash.
That's it.
For a window. No, I think that'll work because then you will put your embroidery of the window.
Yeah.
See, no, that's, I've got my snail all out of whack. Oh. That's where it needs to go. It's getting him in the right angle. Is that better? That's better. I'm going to have to get my iron out and get rid of those first lines. Susanna's distracting. That's what she is.
That's it.
Look, I was way out. I had drawn it over there. There's no snail over there.
Yeah.
It's a wonder we're getting anything done, you know.
I know. Oh, it's just, you can stitch and be cheeky at the same time.
Yeah.
It's an art.
We sent the hubby out to get some supplies. We'd run out of milk and, tea. Let's talk about tea.
She doesn't have a blooming kettle. Who doesn't have a kettle?
You don't need a kettle when you don't drink tea. Yeah. And, of course, who drinks tea?
Me.
So she's been complaining that water in the microwave is just not hot enough to activate the tea, to make it taste good. Whinge, whinge, whinge.
Leave a comment if you agree.
Tell us if you're a tea drinker and Corrine is correct, it doesn't matter. Or Susanna is correct and it's fine art of tea making.
It is.
And the temperature has to be nicely boiled to activate. Sort of makes sense.
It is. Because my teas are frothy because...
So she's actually bought frothy. That's good. Frothy is cappuccino-ish.
I know, but I don't want cappuccino. I want a tea.
She's actually bought herself a little glass. It's gorgeous. It's a little glass jug with a strainer built into it.
Yeah.
So she can sort of do a little brew. So it's so funny. So if you're a house guest at my place, you have to buy your own electrical appliances.
That's it.
Oh, dear. It's always been a complaint of my dad's, actually.
That's it. I'm looking after your dad.
I did have a kettle, but my dad, his kettle was just about had it. And we were talking about, I should go and buy another kettle, he said. And I said, well, don't, because I've got one in the cupboard and I never use it. I will not miss it. So probably 3 months ago, the kettle went up.
Oh, so it's only been that long.
Yeah, the kettle literally, the kettle went up to my dad on the farm and he's using it. And then you know who arrives.
Well, it won't be a problem in a new house because she'll have a built-in hot water thing.
Yeah, we'll have hot water on tap, hopefully. There you go. I've retraced the snail. Like, that was a genius move. Now I can see.
Look. Yeah, that does look good.
Yeah, now I can see my boundaries so I can stop stitching.
Oh, that lace looks good.
That little one there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Fudge. Look, it's 44 minutes. I can't believe we waste so much time
That's it.
We're not wasting time. No.
See, look at that. Jinx.
So what I might do, I'm going to stop this decorative stitching, and for those of you that don't like pins in around your work, a little bit of invisible stitch through will just hold those pieces down as well, which is probably a good idea because I'm actually highlighting the edge of them all. So to have some little invisible stitches through the entire piece will stop anything getting puffy. So I'm thinking that's probably a good idea anyway.
No, but you make sure you put your laces in before you do that.
Yeah. Just tack it down. It'll really make it sit nicely, I think. Gee, that cat's persistent.
She makes you laugh. He makes you laugh.
There we go.
Where's Gary when you need him? Come on, Gary. Feed the cat. That sunset's beautiful.
Yeah. I've got like bush at the back of the block with big old trees on it. And when the sun sets in the west, it can get real red and crimson and you get the black silhouettes of the trees.
Pretty.
Very pretty. Does make my craft room a little hot in the afternoon. And it's a bit tricky when I film late afternoon because it does cast really strong shadows, but we survive.
Yep.
There we go. Now I've got a few stitches. I can sort of remove the odd pin, which will make it a more enjoyable experience. Well, I think that's probably it. I need to go and cuddle the cat. I need to peel some veggies for the lamb roast.
Feed a guest.
Everyone's getting peckish.
That's it.
They're looking for snacks, but they need to wait for their vegetables. Oh, that cat. Everyone will be thinking he's a poor cat, you know. Someone needs to rescue that poor cat. He's fine. He just has a bit of sass. He's a Burmese,
yeah,
and I know
it's the breed.
I think Siamese are really yappy too. I remember knowing a couple Siamese as a kid on a farm up the road. Their family had 3 of them, and they just talked and talked. Casper never used to talk like Fudge, so it's a Fudge thing.
Oh, he's really getting antsy now.
He's eyeballing us now.
That's it.
I'm starting to get worried.
He's got a little bit of a grumpy cat face sometimes. So cute. Yeah.
He keeps walking to the lounge room, meowing and coming back to the craft room. That's what it's about. Yeah, he wants us to leave here.
Oh, I'm even getting smoochies on the leg. Hey?
There we go. So I've just working my way around an invisible stitching of this little snail. That's great. He is well and truly started. So I might just leave my needle in there. We're off to the markets tomorrow, so early start.
Yep.
And then I'll be ready for Sunday when Tia comes over to do this stitching. Not sure when you will see the video. It might actually be Sunday. So when you're watching it, we're well and truly stitching. I think that's what'll happen. You'll be watching this Sunday, but it's Friday for us. First day of spring. There's Bandit. He wants his dinner.
It's like a menagerie.
Gee, I'm getting the hint to wrap it up because everyone wants me. You wait, if the husband turns up at the door, then I know I really need to put the needle down here and start dinner. Let's Bandit. There we go. That's enough. Done. All right, guys. I'll just bring that up to the camera so you can sort of see.
Yeah, that's good.
You can see my shape. That'll be good.
I like it. Like the tones.
Yeah,
Like
it's nice and neutral.
That checkered piece is good. Is it checker?
Which checker? That one?
No, the one in the middle. Is
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of Bitten by the Bugs fabric, and that one. And that one. That's Italy. That's an old quilt from England, no, America, that I split, and there was this little soft flannel inside. France, Brisbane, 1988.
Oh, there's some Victoria. No, that's a bit more.
Yeah, France. That's a linen shirt from a piece of clothing. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the fabric to come off.
Yeah, that would be a good one. So maybe put some of that in the other side.
She's finding more bits to add to the stash. All right, guys. Yep, right. That's it. Quick, before the animals revolt. I'm going to say goodbye. Any last words, Susanna? Anything wise you want to tell us?
No.
She's got nothing.
I've got nothing.
She's
I'm hungry.
She's
I'm hungry.
She's hungry.
Feed me, woman.
I've been dangling this roast in front of her all day and I've done nothing about it. It's going to be at 9 o'clock tonight. She will get a roast.
Oh, my goodness. Gotta have some chippies.
All right, guys. Look after yourselves. There's a hand. Bye. Okay, bye. Enjoy your day, guys. Bye-bye.